Welcome back to another figure review. In this review, we're going to look at Hiya Toys Injustice 2 Bane figure. This is the box that it comes in. It comes in a window box. Here on the top right, we have some warning for choking hazards for young children. Here's a picture of the character here on the bottom left. DC Injustice and Bane here across the bottom. And here is the Hiya Toys logo. Injustice 2 Bane on top. Same thing for the bottom. The side says DC Injustice 2. And the other side is the same. The back of the package has DC Injustice 2 Bane at the top. This is Exquisite Mini, is a new standard setting series for 1/18 scale featuring super articulation action figures under Hiya Toys. Here's some contact information here, Twitter, Facebook, address, got a barcode, your DC Warner Brothers issue, legal crap there, and we have two pictures of the figure. Another one here at the bottom, and these are for ages 15 and above. So let's get him out of there. Now this is right out of the box. This is what you would receive as is. You get this insert from, what is it, the Universal Globe, I believe that is. The box. This is in a clamshell. No rubber bands, no tape. It's just held together by friction. Figure inside the clamshell. I normally would look at the figures first and then the accessories, but we're going to do this backwards because I'm assuming that figure is probably stuck in some of its joints, so we may have to look at freeing those joints. Here's the bottom half of that clamshell. Just goes together like that. Okay, first off, you get this stand. It is black on the bottom, flat black. Then it goes into the top, a little bit of gloss. You have some purple, metallic purple there. Some silver, a little bit of silver thrown in there. It's very shiny. Okay. And then you get what I call the H or I bracket, whatever you prefer. Who knows? These are for to place under the bottom of the stand with your other Hiya Toys figures, and you can connect them together to create a floor diagram or diorama. It's already stuck in there. It's the first time I've seen that stiff. I guess we got our hands on a stiffy Bane here. He comes with two replacement hands or interchangeable hands. They are opened. They are gloved hands. These are very small. Just gray gloves, flesh color hands. That's all for his accessories. So here is the figure. It's pretty cool. He has, it's entirely like, it's actually two shades of gray here if you can tell. I'm sorry, it should be three shades of gray because this and this is a shade, and this in the middle is a darker shade, and then you have this lighter gray stripes here on his head. He has red eyes. dark gray mask here on his mouth. He has the very light gray stripes across his mask. He has a hose going up to the top of his head. He has a harness on. Here it goes under his breastplate. He has a belt with these side pads, we'll call them. These side pads are attached to his legs, so they're not removable, or you can't bend them all the way up. He has knee pads, done in gray and a like a silverish gunmetal wash on the front. They are removable, they're individual. He has some pretty nice looking sculpted boots. Some shoulders have a nice metal shoulder armor there. He has his gauntlets here to have a dark copperish color, some neon green going into his forearm here, a hose. Then we have these two green tabs sticking out. On his back, he has this apparatus where the hoses are actually free flowing. They go from the head to this centerpiece, and then from here to each arm. And they have free flowing wires, just kind of nice. I already noticed that the knee pads do sit into the joints here. They look like they're double jointed knees, but this pad sit right in those joints. See how that works on the articulation. This arm does the same thing, pretty much the same thing. Green hose in the forearm, two little green tabs, hose to the back of the apparatus. Let's get some close-up looks of this thing. So let's dive into the articulation. His head is on a ball joint. It looks like it would go 360. It's definitely stiff. Shoulders are locked. Elbows are locked. Wrists cannot move. Same for that side. Wrist is locked. He's got an ab crunch there. It's like he does have a waist articulation and chest articulation. It looks like what's working is the waist, the ab crunch. He does have a swivel. His legs only go that far out because of these side pads. Will not go any further than that. Yep, these are locked. These are locked. Ankles are. That one's locked. I got a little bit of a movement. Yeah, so these things are not ready to be played with or manipulated until we heat them. So we're going to take a hairdryer, see what we can come up with. Yeah, that frees up his head. So we'll go 360. But your hose, you might have to be careful with your hose. Not sure why you want your head spin all the way around, but it will do it if you choose to. Let's take a look at this arm. Alright, that worked perfectly. Nice and smooth. Let's check that elbow. I haven't got a bend there. A little creaking. Hit that up and more. Yeah, do you want to exercise that joint carefully? Oh yeah, there we go. And then his hand. One thing to watch with the hands, you don't want them to get caught and you're twisting them, but you're really not moving the joint. It could be just twisting the rubber nub inside. Yeah, that doesn't seem to be. Well, they do turn, and I'm not liking the way that feels. I'm going to take a look at that a little bit later, but it will go 360. You can't get his arm to go up any further than that. Down like that. This arm is actually the same, so we don't have to work on that on camera. I can work on that later. But it will get you that much of a bend. Alright, so that's working. Let's see what the chest does. Very stiff. Oh, there we go. I heated up again when I was back there messing with that chest piece. Alright. I know what the hell. Let's just take a look at this. It's amazing how that heat just loosens up these joints. And you can, that wrist is still stiff. So that arm, get you that. You see how this guy's loosening up with the heat? Nice and playable now. The wrists are the ones I think so far the scariest pieces. Don't want to break those. Or should I give you extra joints like the Joy Toy figures do, just in case. Alright. See, that feels good now. Take a look at his legs. Okay. Well, that definitely feels looser. So I can get that to go further like this. So he'll sit now. that much. It's not bad. Got these restricted a little bit with these pads that are attached to his legs. And I'm betting the reason I can't get his knees to bend these pads. They definitely are double jointed knees. I can see that piece in the middle there. Yeah, I think it's just these knee pads are in the way. Not sure if I can pull these things down. They are nice and warm. It's nice to look at the plastic when it's softer. Yeah, you can see the knee's a separate piece right there. But that is small. That little knee joint is small. Right there's that knee joint. Wow, that's so small. So all that's holding this big figure up top to his little legs is just this little piece right there. I have to look at a better look at that later. This will be a super long video if I don't. And his feet. All right. They do pivot down. And I got 360 if you like. Okay, well, you can see how it takes some time when you buy these Hiya toy figures to get them in working order so you don't break them. So for this figure, I'd watch out for the wrist and the knees. Other than that, since we're standard, the only thing I don't like is it's like they went for his skin tone there and on his fingers. Then they put a gray wash over it. It's kind of weird looking. So this is how he scales with a 1/18 scale G.I. Joe. Bane is a bigger guy. And if you're into Star Wars and want Bane to stone some stormtroopers, there's a Shadow Stormtrooper. So he scales with that. And this is how he scales with Hot Toys as Predators. There. The Predator still got him on height. He's not as tall from the top of his head, like kind of that hose. Yeah, so he's just a little shy of the Predator figures. Yep. Okay, well, this figure, it's kind of like not as easy to come by. Most of them are pre-order sold out or pre-order. They were retail for like $19.99 is the selling value. Of course, they can go up to, I've seen up to like 25 here and there. But you can get them on Amazon right now for $19.99 as of this video, if you're interested in purchasing one of these. But I do recommend you take the time to check your joints. I wish you guys happy hunting. If you like this video, please subscribe. I'd appreciate it. And thanks for watching.